Once again, Wayne and his band of shirt tuckers beat up Dierks and his cousins with suckers. Indian Energy and Bro Dude joined forces to launch SKO Dude with Rosie, Katy, and two-cock Shakur fuckers.
That fresh produce stand there, that's a beauty.
What do you listen to?
My favorite murder podcast.
Taggart and Torrance podcast.
The produce stand.
Fucking sexy.
Happy New Year! It's Thirsty Thursday, and that means we are once again hanging out the produce stand, a podcast paying tribute to the great Canadian show Letterkenny. Now, I know what you're thinking. There are many other podcasts about Letterkenny out there, but this one is the actual king of suckers. I'm Al, your host, and joining me in the room as always is the lovely Tanya, and online we have Squirrely Matt, the vacuous Victor, and joining us this week, she's our first guest panelist who actually lives in Canada. She's a world champion Letterkenny Scrabble player, a frequent contributor to the DM group, and a great gal. She's a really great gal. Please join me in making some noise for the blue vixen herself, Danielle.
Wondrous.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I regret nothing.
Welcome to the produce stand, Danielle. How are you today?
How you now?
Good, and you?
Not so bad.
There we go.
All right. Well,
We rarely get that right,
I know.
that was good.
So your first time here, and as Matt had pointed up, you're not the first Canadian on the show, because I believe that still belongs to Adrian. Adrian is Canadian, and he's been on a few times now, but he doesn't live here anymore. So you're the first one who actually lives in Canada who's joined us. So, which is amazing. I can't believe we haven't had any more Canadians on the show.
I feel very special right now.
Well, you should. And it's funny. There's a lot of excitement for your first episode on the DM group. Everyone's like been prepping you all week.
I know. It makes me feel like I'm lacking something.
No.
You're all sitting there going, oh, this is going to go badly.
Or they've set very high expectations.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Either way, the potential for failure is high.
Yeah, I think they're looking at like the season 10. All of our panelists in season 10 are going to be first timers, and maybe they're a little jealous because some of our regulars aren't going to
hand it in some way.
They're doing.
Yeah. So they want an assist. Story. Yeah. So we'll go with that. So let's start with where are you speaking to us from?
I'm currently in Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, beautiful Nova Scotia. Tanya and I, we drove out there in 99. We had a great time there. I think I told this story before, but back then Tanya didn't like seafood. So we actually went and came back from Nova Scotia and never once had seafood, which is...
You did it wrong.
I know.
Right?
I know. And now
I have a picture of the McDonald's saying there was a McLobster combo. There was, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a lobster.
Yeah, we were like at Peggy's Cove, standing in front of the lighthouse, and I'm wanting to go in and have some seafood, but she couldn't stomach it. Now she loves it. She loves it, but back then she was.
I've come a long way. I high-fived the lobster in Portugal and said, "Give it to me."
Excellent.
She in Portugal she chose the live lobster that they were going to kill
in my belly.
Yeah,
for her to eat.
Cook that thing up. Let's go.
When that happened, I'm like, okay, you are now.
We're planning on going to Newfoundland.
Yes,
is one of our next hopeful trips, and yes, I plan on doing a lot of seafood eating. Yes.
Mm-hmm. She's going to rectify that. She's going to make up for all the lost opportunities.
Excellent.
So Danielle, I mean, okay, so the standard questions we ask all newbies, and I know you've been on at a couple of our Ag Halt socials, so you've already answered these, but just for in case those who haven't heard, where did you first find out about Letterkenny? When did you discover it?
I was definitely late to the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran into it at the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
And we had 2 international students staying with us.
Oh.
I was the only one who found it funny. So I figured I'm probably offending these poor young ladies horribly. So I did stop watching it then, unless nobody was around. But of course we were locked down. So
yeah.
Didn't get much time then. And then I stumbled across one of your tweets for some reason. I don't know if I was following Letterkenny, like one of the hashtags, and thought, oh, I got to pick this up again. and watched the shit out of it from about October on, and remembered a few episodes, but not a hell of a lot, and worked on getting caught up with the podcast. And that all kind of happened around the end of November.
Okay.
And it was just perfect. So I'd watch a season and then listen to all the podcasts and then watch the next one. And
well done.
To all the podcasts.
I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, just in time for season 10 then, just like us. Because
Exactly.
we kind of started the same time. Yeah. Very good. All right. So
it's good.
tonight's lineup is going to be Tanya, Matt, Al, Victor, and our guest Danielle will have the last word. Tanya, how was your week?
Okay, so this week, so kids, government has decided kids should stay home, and so we are back to homeschooling. Or online schooling. And so I prepared the house for that. You asked me if I was getting ready for the Queen to come. I think I was like,
oh yeah, she was like cleaning like mad.
I'm like, okay, I'm not going to have any time from here moving forward. I'm like, okay, so let's clean the house and get ready. And it's been an adventure ever since. So, my daughter melting down because she doesn't quite understand the time frame of she's got 10 minutes left on her class and that she's got an hour after, and she's like, I haven't ate yet and I gotta get back to next class. And I'm like, no, you've got an hour off now. Anyways, so it's been a whirlwind going. And then I have my son going, I need a measuring tape. I think I have tetanus. I'm like, what has just happened?
He just sliced his finger on the measuring tape. He sliced his finger
open on the measuring tape. So I'm like, no, it's not Rusty. You don't have tetanus and we're okay. Let's move forward. Oh, so it's that's happening. And other than the school thing, just New Year's resolution, gonna work on, I started working on my mind back in December, and now this month is going to be body and mind. And so some resolutions to improve my mental and physical and health. So looking forward to new days ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Matt, first of all, how are you feeling?
Getting there.
Still, eh?
Still, yeah, it's just lingering, man.
Wow.
I can't seem to kick this thing, but we're stuck at home now anyway, so what the fuck's the difference? So figuring that out. Broke my toe this week. That was fun.
Oh, Matt.
Again. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
I got 2 left feet. I don't know what it is. My brother, I should quickly pull it up. I messaged my brother a picture of my toe, and his response is, what the fuck, dude? Why do you walk so recklessly aggressive? Because I have rolled my ankles multiple times. I have broken toes multiple times. This one was the same one. Was it during the podcast that I broke my last one? Does anyone remember?
I don't remember you breaking.
Not during the podcast, but
I took it out, and I just I don't know.
Which piggy got it?
The one that went to the market stayed home? Or?
No, this one stayed home. We're in lockdown.
Or which, as Victor would say, which foot finger?
Which foot finger?
Which foot finger? Or maybe you did break.
Finger toe.
Finger toe.
And I mean, it's a toe. There's nothing you can do, right? You just buddy tape it to the buddy next door, and you just hope for the best, and that's all you do.
Dude, I'm with you. I break my toes all the time.
It's black as night. It's a mess.
Yeah,
but
they're so crooked. Like, you don't want to see my feet.
Yeah. So that happened.
Give you nightmares.
Aside from that, it's a new year, and we're just trying to get started. I got to share a quick story. This made me, and it almost feels appropriate tonight. And I'll let you guys fill in the butt end of the joke because there's clearly a punchline here. So I've got a little guy who's 2 now, right? And I don't know. He feels like his vocabulary is advanced for his age. But it's hilarious because he says most random things. Like 2 quick examples I'm on FaceTime with my brother, and he's asking my little guy's asking about the stuff behind him. So as my brother's showing him the stuff, he's like, I love that, Dad. I love that. And he's only 2 in like a month. Like I don't know where he's getting these words from. And then like he's opening Christmas presents and with his uncle, he's like, geez, Uncle Ryan, Jesus, he's opening it. He's really excited.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it's the cutest thing in the world. And then this one, which is wildly almost inappropriate, but it's cute because he's 2. So my dog Moose has this recurring sort of rash. It's nothing serious, but it keeps coming back on his belly a bit, right? So it was popping up again the other day. Caden, my little guy's running around. We're not really paying attention in this moment. And Jen's like, hey, roll Moose over. I got to take a picture of the belly so I can send it to the vet. So as I'm trying to fight the dog to get him over and she's trying to take the picture, all of a sudden we don't realize Caden's now on his back, feet up in the air. And then we hear him, I kid you not, he says, do my penis, Mom. Take the picture.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
We stopped. I was in tears. I'm like, what did he just say?
Wow.
Oh, dear.
So my
man.
son at 2 is already promoting dick pics, and I don't know what to say about that,
dear.
but it was a riot, man. And kids really do say the darndest
they
things.
do.
And,
Starting his life in porn already.
it was the funny. His position, he's like a turtle on his back.
Yeah.
Up there. Do me, do mine.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it.
So anyway,
Matt, you've inspired me.
What?
Our daughter yesterday.
Wow.
Our daughter yesterday. You have to tell me. So my daughter yesterday, I was so tired and exhausted, and she got her tattoo pens. And anyways, I ended up being Maui from Moana, and she tattooed like all my upper body. Like I only had a tank top on, and she tattooed everything. Anyway, she got the blue tattoo pen out, and she's like, what am I going to draw next? She's like, oh, I know, a blue angel. And I'm like, you're going to do a what now? And she's like, a blue angel. I'm like, what do you know about blue angels? And she's like, they're blue and they're angels and people talk about them a lot. And I'm like, okay. So that's not what that is. I'm like, it's in reference to a fart. And she's like, no. Just blew her little mind. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who's worse in these situations. Obviously us, because that's where our minds go. But it's so innocent.
Of course it is.
Hysterical.
It's an angel that's blue.
Yeah.
That's what that
and it's our reaction to it that makes it worse, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If we just
we were both on the floor like crying. I'm like, I can't even look at him right now.
Very good.
Love it.
My week, I mean, I started up work again on Tuesday. We had, because Monday was a day off. And just been kind of busy working, but yeah, everyone, the kids are schooling from home. It's been kind of a boring week. I can't even think of anything else interesting that's happened since last week. I mean, we had a great time last week with Dean and Tiara and a lot of fun. And I had a lot of catching up to do with our Patreon. So I posted like 2 weeks worth of pre-shows in the last couple of days. So that was a little better late than never. And I still owe a trailer for season 9, so I still have to work on that. So I'm catching up on all that work, and my actual job, the job that's paying me. So it's been a busy but relaxing week in terms of I don't have to worry about the kids. Tanya's got the kids today, this week. So that was that. Victor, how about you?
It's back to work.
Oh, so, back to the tired Victor. Oh no.
That was a long side, dude.
I know. Good thing you watched this episode last week.
It was a short week.
Yeah, I know for sure. I did watch it again, but not yesterday, a couple of days ago. So it's still fresh enough, I think, in my head. But we had kind of an ad hoc booster shot 2 days ago. Apparently we had one of these pop-up clinics show up in school, kind of walking distance from our house. So we walked over because a friend of Linda's called and said, oh, there's only 6 people in line. They have 150 shots. Come over. By the time we got there, I think we were at the end of the line. There was already like 200 people there.
Oh, wow.
But somehow, but they let us in. And then we thought, oh, great, they let us in. Next thing we find out, it's going to be about a 2-hour wait in line.
Yeah.
So whatever. And because normally I had always planned to make an appointment and just go for the appointment, but it just happened and we were already there and whatever. So we just stayed and we got it, and now it's done. So we kind of feel good about it. I don't have any symptoms. Linda had some symptoms. She was a little busy this morning, but I think other than that, she's fine. And so very uneventful other than that. The other exciting thing that happened is I got this DVD in the mail about Astrogunga.
Oh, that's why you had the background before. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of those. Yeah.
Yeah, so Astroganga was a cartoon I used to watch in Italy.
Mhm.
It's a Japanese, big robot cartoon from the 70s, and it's very different from everything else, right?
Mhm.
So it was one of the ones that started the whole big craze with the big robots before Transformers and all that stuff. And it was like, this is my childhood in Italy.
Mhm.
So it's in Japanese.
Mhm.
It's a Japanese cartoon. I was watching in Italian, of course. So, but this got English subtitles. So I finally get it. I now understand his origin story. It's all very exciting. Apparently, so this robot, this giant robot, he comes together with this little boy.
Mhm.
And normally these big robots are controlled by people, but they actually they fuse together. And now that what I've learned is that apparently this alien came to Earth and she started a relationship with this guy that found her and saved her.
Oh boy.
And they had a baby. And then she brought to Earth this kind of metal, like organic metal with her. And the baby and this piece of metal grew up together.
Gotcha.
And this thing grew up to be a big robot. He grew up to be just like a boy, and they fused together. And then so he's not just some stupid little kid. He's half alien, and now it all makes sense.
Oh.
Anyway, it's incredible.
Really? Because you're explaining it, and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Dude, I want to know, at what age were you when you saw this in Italy?
I was 8, I think.
8.
7, 8.
And it left such an impression that you're like,
those Japanese cartoons. I loved watching those when I was a kid too. I watched Robotech and
Robotech owned,
but the fact that you didn't even know
G-Force,
what it was about, like you couldn't understand
Space Pirates. Oh, I loved all of those. And Victor, like I don't know if this one specifically would be on there, but have you heard of Tubi?
Tubi, I know Tubi.
Yeah, so there's a lot of those Japanese shows on there. And some I went looking one day and like down a rabbit hole, and there's a lot of like the older ones on there too. So
yeah, Mazinger, if people know, there's like Mazinger and
Grandizer, I think was one of them.
Grandizer and Mazinger in the same universe. Yeah. It's
is that all like considered anime?
Yep, it's all anime.
It is
all anime, and Astroganga is from the 70s. It's the one that started it all, and it's for me, it's the best. It's just nothing beats it.
Our son's in this anime club, and that's cool. What they do. They watch all these like obscure, crazy anime shows and stuff.
I question, like, he's in a Catholic school, and they're watching some of these. I haven't watched some of the ones that they're watching, but
they're highly inappropriate.
Yeah, they don't seem very appropriate for. But anyway,
Catholic school has evolved.
Yeah. I mean, we've learned about Catholic and Jewish camps. So
you know what? You're right. So I guess I shouldn't judge. I'm not one to judge.
Hey, when I was in Hebrew school, Catholic school is where we used to go to pick up the lady.
Right. Yes.
You're an onion, Victor. So many layers.
And you often make us cry. So before we move, Danielle, before we move on, Matt reminded me of something that did happen. It just seemed like it was so long ago that I wanted to make sure I bring it up. Last week, I was graced at my house by Matt, who paid me a visit at my front door to deliver to me a nice gift from some of our listeners on the DM group. And I didn't want to let this go by without, saying thank you on the podcast for the amazing gift and the amazing letter and everything that came with it. And to see Matt in person, it was really nice to see him. So thank you very much. I got a bottle of Wayne Gretzky's 99 whiskey and a nice gift card for Long and McQuaid, which is a local music store here, or a Canadian chain of music stores. So I've already spent my gift card. So thank you guys. It's been put to good use.
Nice.
And I haven't cracked open the whiskey yet, but I will. I'm saving it for a special occasion. Maybe for next time the four of us get together in person. Nice.
That would be fun.
Yeah, be nice maybe this summer to have you guys up here. But yeah, I don't, I know that people were hoping for tears. Tanya kind of videotaped the moment and people were hoping for tears. I was crying on the inside, but it was very touching.
So touching.
It was very touching. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks, Danielle. Go ahead.
And for the New Year's gathering, that was super cool.
Oh yeah, that was fun too. Yeah, there was a bit of a Zoom call with some of the DM.
It's been a long
groupers.
week.
Yeah, it was long. That seemed like so long ago.
New Year's does feel like it was a long time ago.
That's right. Yeah. So some of the DMers got together and had a New Year's Zoom too, which is nice to see. Like, again, we talk about
The
this community. And that I had nothing to do with that. That was some of them getting together saying, "What are you guys doing? Nothing. What are you doing? Let's start a Zoom. Let's get together and have some drinks." I mean, these are people who've never met in real life or in person, who are friends. You know, I count them as friends, and they count each other as friends. So it's amazing. It's amazing what's happening here.
It really is.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And Danielle, I mean, you joined just in time to see all this amazing stuff happen.
Absolutely. And I do have to say, because I was asked by Trace one day kind of why the lady contingent was so vocal in the DM group, unlike some of the other DM groups.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you folks have done an amazing job of your podcast and of fostering community, and any chance we can get to recognize that, we're totally going to do that, because it's fantastic. And as the pod father, you were the focus of that this time.
I love that nickname.
Father. Oh my God.
It's a great nickname. I don't deserve it, but thank you so much.
That's better than our nickname here at home for you.
Yeah. What? Captain Skunkbeard. Because
I thought it was the Frick Father.
the what? The Frick Father? No.
Captain Skunkbeard.
No, that wouldn't fly.
Hard no.
So Danielle, I mean, we've heard about you now, like already, but you just recently bought a house.
I did. Yes, that was going to be my big excitement for how was your week?
Yeah.
I bought a house.
That's congratulations.
And conditions were all met. Yay.
Fantastic.
Did you start with a paperclip?
No, I did not start with one red paperclip.
Oh, so she knew the reference. Great. Bravo.
Yes. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm renting right now, and I don't like throwing money down a hole.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if I can have my own spot, then I will do that.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
congrats.
Thank you.
Unlike
Very
Matt
excited.
with the bikes, so that's very good.
When's the big
That's right.
When's the big day? When's the big move day?
The end of February, 24th.
Oh, nice.
Exciting.
Oh, fantastic.
We're excited for you, and we'll come
Thank
over
you.
with a house plant and a housewarming gift for you.
Excellent. And some puppers.
And some puppers.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Are you what's it like there right now in Nova Scotia in terms of like Ontario's in another lockdown, like a semi lockdown? It's not a total lockdown, but it's pretty restricted.
With
Yeah.
Omicron, it's gone weird.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody was mentioning earlier that the amount of time required for isolation is shortening.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are feeling okay, they're still expecting you to go to work and to school.
Yeah. Wow.
So
without having to present a positive or a negative test. Yeah.
A negative test. Yeah.
Well, they secretly want people to spread this. They're just not allowed to say
yes.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Been a lot of conversation
and that is definitely
about that.
the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
as long as it's not overwhelming the healthcare system, they're happy to let it run its course.
Unfortunately, I don't know what it's like out there, but it is overwhelming Ontario right now. Hence the restriction, right? Like if it weren't overwhelming, if our ICU beds weren't full and stuff, I think they would have cautiously, like Victor said, kind of quietly said, "All right, keep going, just carry on,
Yeah.
try to get it, you know, without saying it." But and if ICUs
like chicken pox,
if ICUs get overwhelmed, then other people suffer. Unfortunately, who are we talking
As
to?
long as they sort it out by February 12th, that's all I care about.
What's February 12th?
My tickets to the Raptors.
Well, I already don't have no high hopes for our Letterkenny live tickets because
you don't.
No,
well, I mean it's early February.
It's
not really?
So I think it's February 6th or something. I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet, but Ontario can't have gatherings of I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still hoping. I'm still holding out hope. I will triple mask to go.
Oh
I don't care.
God.
I will
Absolutely.
I'm going to have a motorcycle helmet on. If I can't get an astronaut helmet, I'm going motorcycle helmet.
Yeah. You might have to get on stage and perform yourself, Al, if you go.
Oh my God.
So anyway, Danielle, was that all you had for this week?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, great. Well, I wanted to, for season 10, I thought we'd do something a little different with our sponsor ad. So, you'll hear it. Here we go.
Just like SKO DUDE energy drink, Diabolical Coffee has a new spokesperson, me.
Diabolical coffee is devilishly good coffee and diabolically awesome swag. There is a roast for all tastes and even some you didn't know you wanted. You can order whole bean, coarse, and standard grind, and espresso. Or if you're like Al and me, there's a K-Cup option for single cup brewers. And for the duration of season 10 of our podcast, you can use the promo code Produce Stand for 10% off anything in the store. That's 10% off all coffee and merch. Thank you to Diabolical Coffee and to Eric for your support.
Is that how you put yourself through school, Tanya?
It should have been.
God, you better have.
The only thing missing was a 1976 number. You know,
If you didn't, you missed
Call
a
me
huge
now.
opportunity.
Call me now.
Oh, I may have spoken to Tanya in my late teens.
I knew that voice sounded familiar.
Oh, that's
even she's hot. She's
hilarious.
like fanning herself.
Oh, I did. I got really red. Whew.
Damn, girl.
Anyway, thanks, Eric, for your support, and I hope you like your new ad that will be running for the duration of season 10.
Oh.
And speaking of support, we have 443 unread Twitter followers, so I'm going to put a dent into this one. So welcome to Dan Williams from the Mitten State, Jack Kluss from Maryland, USA, Cheese Dot from Chicago, ZP from Appleton, Wisconsin, Moose, Donald Griffin from Indianapolis, Indiana, Matt Bork from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Lynette from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Stefan Del Blanc from Edmonton, Daniel Peters, Brendan Roche, DCBG, at Jupiter 512 from Third Rock from the Sun, JW from Western Colorado, Keith from Gross Creek, South Carolina, Daniel from Saginaw, Michigan, Yes, Sparky, Steph, Punky Spanky, BC from Shreveport, Louisiana, Jerry Mendoza, Dennis Callahan from Ottawa, Tommy, Devin Dunaway from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. 2 people from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm not sure how that happened, but welcome to you guys. Pension, CJ Deneen, Sam Levy, Vincenza from the University of Oklahoma, Jeff LeBlanc from Halifax. Danielle, someone you know?
Oh, no. Wait. Shit, I do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Alita
He works with his wife.
What? Oh, wow.
She wasn't kidding.
Yeah. Alita Alexander, Casey, the rhombus of infinite subjugation from Philadelphia, Coach Bob, Fix, aka it is Steven from Dallas, Drew from Arizona, Eric Pinalla from Yukon, Oklahoma, Joe Neville from Portland, Oregon, Guy Fox from Spokane, Washington, Trevor Harrell from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Again, that's the third person from Murfreesboro.
We are trending in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Everyone now, Murfreesboro.
Brian Laverty from DC, Amberly Johnson, SG from Humboldt County, California, Mike Nichols from Indiana, the Delhi Lama from Fort Myers, Florida. I love that one. Steve from Minnesota, Guy Weaver from Seattle, Washington, Brendan Burke from Wayne, Pennsylvania, Paul Hopp, and Anton Jacobs from Pleasanton, California, and Buck Nasty from Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you all for following and hopefully for listening.
Previously on Letterkenny.
Last week we had our sorry, I'm just scrolling down past all these names. Last week we held our season 9 recap with special guests TR and Dean from the How Are You Now podcast. Season 9 got a fresh rating from Matt, Tanya, TR and Dean, and a clearance from Victor and myself. And according to Twitter, 61.8% of you gave the season a fresh, 32.4 gave it a clearance, and actually 5.9 gave it a compost. So this week we begin our recap and review of season 10, beginning with episode 1, King of Suckers. Tanya, have you done your homework?
Yes.
Matt, have you done your homework?
Multiple times.
I've done my homework. Victor, have you done your homework?
It is.
And Danielle, have you done your homework?
I have.
I should hope so.
Well, don't bore us. Get to the chorus.
Here we go. What are we doing here? Yes, we open with a classic Letterkenny Problems monologue featuring Wayne and Derry going back and forth with seemingly unrelated observations, quips, and, well, problems. Here's just a little taste.
You heard people saying that Taseki's guy is supposed to be the most interesting man on earth, but most interesting woman for sure goes to the Asian Zamboni driver who just beat you at horseshoes and loves Insane Clown Posse.
Bret the Hitman Hart is a Canadian icon, so you had to put your little cousin in a sharpshooter for calling him Bret the Hitman Fart.
There's a new dentist in town that does teeth whitenings. Now you've got the awkward task of telling one or two pals their teeth are yellow as duck feet.
Your one buddy who ruins the bathroom at every house party he's at is the same buddy that looks down on you for pissing outside.
You had your first prostate exam the other day, which is no picnic, but even that's better than being asked if you're pissy.
Your friend Sean Amsing still ain't getting the glory he deserves for calling his Halloween party premature ejaculantern.
Gals who tuck their phones into their bras on the dance floor cannot be knocked out. But gals who take their shoes off on the dance floor will try.
And then we cue the theme. And I feel like that one struck home a little closer to Tanya, which is good because you get to start.
I have both been the girl that with the cell phone in her bra and been the girl with the shoes off.
Gotcha. What did you think of this cold open?
You know, I don't remember when we've ever had a recap. I've never seen the show open with a recap. Oh, that's
not the cold open though.
No, I know, but there was a recap.
Yeah, that happens later. After it happens.
Happens after the cold open.
Yeah, it's weird, but it happens right after.
Okay. Anyways, I've never seen.
So the cold open was just this back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. Still waiting for you to start talking about the cold open.
Okay. I jumped ahead. Apparently. Okay. So, prostate exam reference by Wayne. I saw a little thing on the group chat, something about a show coming up about a prostate that I'm really looking forward to. So that made me think of that. I do like the banter between Wayne and Derry. Wayne also had a reference to Twitter, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, Twitter's a cult. Yeah, we can confirm.
I am trying my best, but I must admit I have joined the Twitter clan. I can't even keep up with like texts with my sister. Like, I need you all to understand. I don't pick up my phone very often, and I will try, but I feel like I'm disappointing people.
Half the time she's like, "What does this mean?" When she's like reading something. Usually it's something that Awesome posted.
Just write at Trace. Do the thing.
I'm like, who is this Miss M somebody? I'm like, I don't know who this is. And then I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm not getting that there's last names and forever. I'm like, I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know. So it doesn't take me long to get confused.
And then she just puts it down.
And then I'm like, and it's down.
Tanya needs a translator for her Twitter. Like somebody to read it to her and then synopsize. Anyway,
it's nice to see. Yeah. I'm happy to watch the show again.
Yeah, Matt. What did you think of this cold open?
Yeah, it was a great throwback to early cold opens. There was some huge wins in there, a couple misses, but overall it was a lot of fun. I feel like we've talked about this before, and I'm totally blanking on the connection. But even in the recap you just played, and I missed the whole joke, they make reference to Sean Amsing. And one of them, and they've done it before too. Yeah. And I know he's online on Twitter.
He's a friend of theirs, and he's also Kaboom Atomic, which has a lot of. They use a lot of his music in early seasons, especially. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I love that they're taking, and I assumed he was a friend. They've taken a couple of shots at him through the show, and they just slide them into things like this, and it always makes me laugh. So yeah, I mean, it was a solid. Was it a top 5? No, but it was a good laugh. It was a good kickoff to season 10. It took me back to the season 1 in some of the early vibes, and I loved it. So yeah, it was great.
It was definitely a throwback excuse me, to the Letterkenny problems, and that's what launched this whole thing. Like, it's just Wayne and Derry going back and forth with these observations. The ones that, you know, the original ones that got everyone's attention had a lot more to do with kind of Canadian life and being Canadian and small town Canadian life than these did. I think this is the first time they've ever done it where there was an allusion to a future episode when Wayne talks about the prostate exam. So that's interesting. But yeah, I'm overall, I mean, there's nothing to hate about it. There's also nothing overly hilarious about it. It was just a kind of a nice, I feel like it's them saying, all right, it's been a year. You guys have been waiting a while. we're here to show you that we're back to basics, back to kind of OG Letterkenny.
Yep.
So let's hope that that's a sign of things to come. Victor?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. It was a little underwhelming compared to cold opens of prior seasons, especially the earlier ones where, they do the Ward Olympics and things like that.
Yeah. Even Katy's rap was something like worthy of, oh my God, we waited so long and we were treated to this epic rap, right?
Yeah. So I feel like it's, it was just okay. Because the other thing is, like, there wasn't anything that made me laugh. Like, because unlike Tanya, I didn't find anything relatable tremendously. And
you didn't put your cell phone in your bra when you went dancing?
No. But in the days when
you didn't get knocked over by the girls that didn't have their shoes on.
Well, it's funny that you referenced the phone, because in the days when I used to go dancing, I don't think anybody had cell phones. But anyway, so the shoes, maybe, I don't remember.
You had pagers, so you had your pager in your belt loop.
Yeah, there you go.
You just need to come out with me to one of Al's shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was just okay.
Yeah.
It was just okay.
Okay, and Danielle?
It was good, but definitely not as epic as some of the other cold opens. And I would be one who would take the shoes off on the dance floor. And I did like the comment about I lost a couple teeth, but I kept my $20. That one did make me laugh as well.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. You have to listen pretty closely, and you know what, the captions, I don't know if they were horrible. They were horrible this season on Crave. Anyway, the captions were not helpful at all.
Are they the auto ones or real captions?
Maybe they're auto. I don't know, because they were missing a lot of dialogue.
Anytime you get crappy captions, you're probably not watching the actual caption.
Yeah, for sure. All right, coming out of the theme, scene 1. Yes, we are treated with a quick recap of what happened in season 9 finale. And you're right. It's not something they normally do. I mean, half the time they don't even pick up where they left off from the previous cliffhanger. This time they literally pick up from the they kind of pick up from the moment they left off. They fast forward a month since the launch of Indian Energy, and then the Hicks are sitting in the back of their pickups along with Joint Boy, Tyson, Riley, and Jonesy. And Riley asks everyone what their best Donnybrook they'd ever had, and Derry answers that it was when Dierks came back to Letterkenny, referring back to that previous episode. And Squilly Dan agrees. Tyson says he heard about the brawl, he wasn't there, called Wayne the king of suckers, meaning sucker punches. Wayne says that's high praise coming from Tyson, who way back at the end of season 1 sucker punched Wayne. So there's a nice callback there. Again, there's a lot of grounding here to Letterkenny's origins in this episode, I find. So when Tyson sucker punched Wayne, the Hicks all admit that getting in some good sucker punches during the fight. But Joint Boy agrees with Tyson that Wayne is the king of sucker punches, and this is kind of getting on Wayne's nerves. Derry and Squilly Dan admit that sucker punches are dishonorable during one-on-one fights, but Wayne adds, unless you've been previously suckered by somebody else, again looking at Tyson and again referring to their fight. And so then he talks about this.
In a one-on-one, you want to follow the steps.
Well, like square off, scrap?
Well, square off, scrap, shake hands.
Square off, scrap, maybe shake hands.
No, square off, scrap, shake hands, maybe have some beers.
Ideally, you're having a beer. Yeah, that'd be most desirable.
Yeah, in a perfect world.
There's no perfect world to brawl, though, boys.
Yeah, NDP, no rules, and a big Donnie V, boys.
No rules ever for the king of sucker.
You better settle down over there. I'm going to come talk to you.
Joint Boy says that even numbers in a brawl is technically one-on-one, and so the others kind of start making fun of Joint Boy's mathematical knowledge.
Fuck, look at you, JB.
What's next, long division?
It's fucking Roman numerals over here.
Yeah, be multiplying fractions in no time.
Hey, what's the coefficient of X, you fucking walnut?
King of suckers.
Tyson's chirp at Wayne annoys him further. Wayne says he's already suckered the guy once, so it's his own fault. He hadn't learned from his first sucker, and his responsibility not to get suckered again. At this point, we don't know who Wayne's talking about yet, but at each point that Wayne makes, he punches Tyson in the leg, and Tyson punches Wayne back in the leg, to which Wayne responds if Tyson ever hits him and he finds out about it, and that's a callback to something he says to Katy back in like season 2, maybe 3, I forget. So there's that. Then Dickens joins the party. He asks what all the talk about suckers is about. Riley says it's story time, and we flash back to where season 9 finale left off at the Indian Energy launch. Gail is yelling at everyone to get out of the bar. Everyone leaves, including the skids. Riley and Jonesy are sad because they lost the ship, and they've realized that Cassie and Tassie are also gone. They take off in search of their dates. Tanis invites the Bro Dude rep to go and have a talk about their current conflicting energy drink predicament. They leave the bar, leaving Gail, Rosie, Katy, Squirrely Dan, Derry alone with Dierks and Nick. Derry thinks it's going to be a fight on sight. Katy says there's no need. Dierks is a fucking douchebag. Squirrely Dan replies that wants currently outweighs needs, Miss Katy.
Hi, big cutes.
You got some big balls coming back here.
I got big everything down there. Hence the nickname, Long Dick. Dierks.
You think anyone's happy to see yous?
Judging by your tone, no. Which is very concerning, very complexing.
Then beat it.
Rosie, you and me, I would not oppose the... Hey, where's Big Dad? Katy's friends are still cross. Very predictable, very prophesized.
I told them they don't need to.
Wants is still outweighing needs, Miss Katie's.
I'm not as dumb as you look, my favorite of the guys, for your very, very kind eyes. Long Dick Dierks comes prepared, very processed, very primed.
In walks the balloon animal and 2 other cronies. And Nick is not impressed.
You said it wouldn't get ugly. He says a lot of things.
She's right, baby boo.
Oh, is she?
If you want to date a bad boy, you can't be upset when he does bad boy things.
After hearing this, Nick leaves Dierks' side and joins the good guys at the bar. Dierks reintroduces his cousin, Elmo Adrianus Reinsberg Vancouverden. They all have hyphenated first names and hyphenated last names, which is common in their area of Dutch Michigan, according to Dierks. I kind of wish Liz was here to talk about the Dutch Michigan. I feel like she might have some insight there. It's to carry on the legacies of both Motor and Vodder. The balloon animal is tired of the talk. He says they're not going to do what they did last time.
What was that?
Oh, you know.
Don't think we do.
Oh, I know you do.
Does it kick your ass?
The other thing.
Eat.
No. The thing we did between those 2 things when you were... Dad, fuck!
Easy.
Damn right. I'm not getting sucked into your syrup-eating games again.
Really,
bro. Ain't here for that cute back and forth bullshit you Canucks love so much. Hey.
For real?
The realist.
You sure?
I'm positive, brah.
Sounds like you've made up your mind.
Oh, good. You can hear.
You're already kind of doing it, though.
No, believe me, bro. I'm not.
You don't realize it's happening right now?
Not in a million years, amigo. Not on my watch.
What would you call what's currently taking place?
Some bacon makers about to get their butts beat. Yeah!
What's your name again?
Elmo Adrianus Reinsberg Vancouverden, bitch. Who are you?
Squirrely Dan.
That's a stupid name.
So you're saying you don't want to talk?
No talk, all action.
But here we are talking.
No, we're not.
But here we are, though.
No, not happening, Padre.
But it is happening right now.
Hey, I'm the guy who tells you what's happening right now. Paisano.
Right. Talking.
Then stop talking.
No way, Jose. We're going to keep... No, wait. Okay. Fuck!
Lock it up.
Damn her. All right.
Lock it
The
up.
talking ends now, and the fighting begins.
Okay. Just one more quick sec.
For what?
For Wayne, who comes up from behind Elmo Adrianus Reinsberg Vancouverden and suckers him. The fight ensues. The Hicks beat up on the balloon animals. Dierks tries to slip away through the kitchen, but he's hilariously blocked by Stewart and Rolled. He makes his way through the melee to the front entrance, but Wayne sees him and grabs him, drags him to Katy's feet before finishing him off. Back to the boys, drinking in the parking lot. Tyson anoints Wayne the king of suckers, and this time Wayne doesn't fight it. Then Derry proclaims that still wasn't the biggest story of the night. Attention shifts to Riley and Jonesy. Joint Boy asks if they ever got the ship issue sorted. We flash to Riley and Jonesy in the Jeep, mourning the loss of their ship when they get a call from Cassie and Tassie, who are sitting in a hot tub with Shorzy. Riley and Jonesy yell at Shorzy for costing them the ship and stealing their dates. They ask him what happened with the Ancestry.com test. Shorzy told them he used to wield a Brodsky, who works there now. She told him their tests came back white as snow, so he gave her his DNA. And that didn't mean he spit in their cups. He fucked her. Instead, he got a native that he was also wheeling to spit in their cups. Riley and Jonesy ask Shorzy why he did it. Shorzy replies, they don't ask how, they ask how many.
No! They do ask how.
They did ask how.
And they determined that we got to how by cheating.
And then they took away the how many.
Where's your purse? You sound like a fucking broad.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
This sets off a prolonged fuck you back and forth between the three hockey players. Here's just a taste.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
Fuck you, Riley. I walked in on your mom watching porn and she tried to cover it up worse than she tried to cover up your old man.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
Fuck you, Jonesy. Your mom wanted to watch porn and went straight for BDSM with complete disregard for how triggering that is for anyone who's been ball gagged in their sleep by Riley's mom. Fuck!
Holy fuck.
Back to the parking lot beers. Riley and Jonesy say they're back to down
graphic.
I know. They're back down to one ship. At least one ship is better than no ship. Derry says, but two ships were better. A joint boy tries to work out that math and then gets pounced on by the others again.
Oh, fucking here comes algorithm face.
Up next, multivariable calculus.
Hey, let's hear some algebraic geometry, you fucking ape.
Up next, reciprocity's laws.
Fucking dynamic systems and differential equations. Fucking here we go now.
I'm not a math guy either, JB.
Riley reprimands the Hicks for continuously interrupting their story. This gets an onward from Wayne. Riley continues to say that he and Jonesy are currently heads down on winning a ship in beer league hockey. Jonesy adds that they should just call it beer league since it's so phoned in, it's barely hockey.
Beer league is beer league. It's its own genre.
Sorry?
Genre.
Genre?
Its own genre, Dickskin.
Dickens.
Oh, man. Just then,
Anyway.
Tanis comes out of the bar with Slash and Axe. She calls on Joint Boy and Tyson to do some push-ups or something since they're her spokesmodels. Tanis has her Indian Energy girl Shania, and the Bro Dude rep walks up. She's got her Bro Dude girl Anik. Now Tanis would like to introduce the faces of their new collaboration, and up walk Katy and Rosie, dressed in what can only be described as you.
Bro Dude and Indian Energy present SKO Dude.
Let's broaden. Just for today, Tanis.
Yeah, there's a short shelf life on this.
Damn, you two look.
We know.
We heard you, and thank you.
It's appreciated, but
I can't get in this outfit twice. Once is plenty. I don't know how you do it.
you get used to it.
They also announced their live entertainment, Two Cock Shakur. Stuart enrolled, and Ali and Bianca emerged from behind a couple of dumpsters. It makes you wonder how long they'd been waiting there. Ali and Bianca wonder out loud how the collaboration happened.
Remind us how this works again.
last time we checked, you just fucked her real bad.
Guess you could say I just started fucking her real good.
Yahtzee.
I had to leave the Yahtzee in there. Gail comes out of the bar.
Hey, we gonna launch this bitch or what?
You ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. You's ready?
We're ready.
You's ready?
We're ready.
Hey, beautiful dum-dums, put on these hats.
Oh, sick, buddy. Sweet, bro.
I love hats. Thank you.
All right, go, dude. Let's broad it.
It's just for tonight.
Turn up.
You already know.
They all follow Gail into the bar. And then Marie Fred shows up and also walks into the bar, and we fade to black. All right. Episode 1 of season 10 is in the books. Tanya, what did you think of this episode?
Holy Hannah. That is a lot of stuff going on. Let me tell you, like, wow, there's just so much. Are we going through it?
Just discussion, no ratings. Like
just discussion.
First thoughts. Go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah, so this is the part of the show where we kind of reflect on our initial feelings. And,
Listen,
she's taking
you
notes.
get to go first today.
I was ready. I was ready. Okay, so I don't recall it ever happening before, but during the first set of the episode, after the cold open, after the recap, there was music playing in the background. And I don't know why, but I was like
when?
I've never.
During which scene?
Yeah.
The fight?
No, when they were
in
just
the bar.
when they were like in the back of the pickups, they were having a beer. They were talking about,
so during kind of like a dialogue scene, there
the
was
suckers.
music. Okay, I mean,
there was music in the background, while they were talking, and I'm like, oh well, that's new. I don't remember that happening before. So anyways, I was just noticing that there is a pretty big change between, and we were told that there was going to be, between all the other seasons and this one. So I thought, I wonder if that's one of the changes. So Dierks, I love that we flashed back to actually see what was happening as opposed to previous seasons gone by where we were just kind of left in the lurch as to what had happened. I really thought that Wayne was going to throw Dierks out the window when he was kind of stepping back to the window. I thought, oh, okay, Wayne's going to pick him up and he's going out. But that didn't happen. I do like what they did, though, him picking him up and dragging him back and Katy giving the nod. That was good. I don't remember, too, whether it's my memory or not, Dierks rhyming as much as he did.
I know, right? It was like weird. He was almost purposely trying to rhyme, and I don't think he did that before. This is kind of
that was new, was it?
Yeah, I think it was new. I don't recall him.
It was like an exaggerated version of himself.
Really
I think he did to some degree, but they definitely took it up a notch.
Yeah, because there was like a pause where he was trying to find the next word, or that it was like really kind of silly how he was talking. Anyways, I was looking at that. Oh my gosh, there's so many notes. You know what bothered me? So when the boys, Riley and Jonesy were talking to Shorzy and the Jeep and hot tub scene, again, little thing that kind of went, what's going on? Because we just saw the flashback where Shorzy was in the bar, and we saw.
Yeah, but everyone cleared out of the bar, leaving.
I know.
Yeah.
We saw Shorzy in the bar. We saw the back of his head, and he had different hair than he had when he was in the hot tub.
Did he? I
You're calling out continuity here.
I'm like, he had brown hair that kind of curled under and went back, and then he had curly, different hair. Anyways, it
changes color when you get them wet.
I mean, apparently.
That's what she said.
So I don't know, for some reason that caught my eye. But you missed the clip, and I thought it was so freaking funny when Shorzy was saying that the nails on the mother's feet weren't clipped.
That scene was so long. I'm like, what am I gonna? So I just clipped the last part of it.
That was funny. That was so funny. But I gotta say, Squirrely Dan and his words. Oh my God, what wants outweighs needs, Miss Katy, and you don't realize it's to the balloon animals. Like you don't realize it's not happening right now. Anyways, I thought that was hilarious. Again, there's just there's so much stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah, you're right. There was a lot, and I think Danielle, you just called it was like a 16-minute episode or something like that.
But it was packed. It was packed.
I didn't realize it was so short, but it was great, and there was a lot going on. I'll set the stage. When I first watched this, we did watch this the day it all released. I actually watched it with my in-laws. They had never seen Letterkenny before.
Oh, right.
Well, wifey's parents, and we were all sitting around at the end of the day, and they said, "What are we going to put on?" I said, "Do you want me to put on Letterkenny?" And they were like, "What's that?" I'm like, "What's the show I do the podcast?" Like, "Oh yeah, sure, let's give it a try." So they actually laughed. They've got a good sense of humor, which is great. But when the Shorzy scene came, and he did, like, that was a long scene.
Man.
It was
long.
I'm looking over at them as he's just hammering these defiling slang. Like, it got a little awkward for a moment, but luckily they took it in stride. And she was asking, like, my mother-in-law was asking all kinds of questions. "Oh, who's that? What's that person do?" So I'm like, okay.
She wasn't triggered by any of his comments.
No.
Your mother-in-law is judging you, man. She is judging you on what you showed her.
Oh yeah, I'm like, this is what we talk about every week. This show, this is like sit in the room every week and get drunk and talk about this. It's great. So that was fun. But no, yeah. And there's another comment that you made right away there, Tanya, about the music. So I didn't catch the song that you're talking about, but I did notice the music in this episode made a big difference to my viewing experience. Like even the whole fight scene, they had like a Jackie Wilson song
it was
playing.
Like kind of a out of the blue.
But it felt so right for that moment. Like I thought the music selection was spot on. There was another one right at the end there that was really good. It really enhanced the whole viewing, and music can make or break scenes. Like you see a lot of in cinema or TV, they go no music, and that can work, or it could work right against you. Then you add a soundtrack, you're really playing in a really delicate space where it just can change the mood of the whole scene. I thought they were spot on through this whole episode. I loved it. It was fun. And I loved that Jackie Wilson moment with that fight scene. I thought that was perfection. Everything about that. It did feel a little odd to me. I mean, the Dierks thing, as great as it was, I loved seeing him get his ass kicked. I love the whole power stance with Katy over top him. That was fantastic. Do you think that they were almost going back and saying a little sorry to all the viewers, because everyone was so disappointed that it was missed at the beginning of season 9, and then there was nothing, and then they set this whole scene up just so they could kick his ass in season 10 and going, all right, guys, we missed that
because we didn't get to see it, right? Yeah.
Because it was so satisfying, and I thought that was great. So that was definitely going through my head when I watched that. I loved it regardless. I thought that whole scene, with Elmo, whatever there,
Elmo Adrianus Rainsburg Vancouverton.
I love him, and I love that. Like, it was perfection and timing and his rants. And I know those can get a little long, but I enjoyed it. Right to the just one more thing, and then whack, Wayne comes in. It was so well timed, and then Jackie Wilson kicks in. That whole scene to me was brilliant, and I thought they did a fantastic fucking job of that. So I really appreciated that. I like and it was weird because normally Tyson and Joint Boy don't always hang out with them in the setting. I didn't understand why they're all sitting on the trucks. I think the first time I watched, I didn't realize it was a throwback to a month before. I thought it was like immediately following. Maybe I'd missed a part there, but I didn't understand the whole dynamic of why they're just sitting in the trucks and whatnot. But anyways, I love all the shots they're taking at Tyson and Joint Boy with all the math shout outs. Like, it was. That made me laugh. And I don't know if that was a way of like, we don't really like you guys, but you're hanging, we're having a good time. It was weird, but it was really, really well done. And then we get to like Tanis at the end there with you beautiful dum-dums. And she was happier than you've ever seen her in this
when she announces SKO Dude, that giggle she gives, or that laugh or whatever, it was so good. It was so natural. Yeah.
She was so just proud of herself and happy. And I loved her for that scene as well. Like, I just think it was a very solid episode all around. I don't necessarily think there was huge story moving moments. There was a few, but it gave us closure on a couple things. It gave us some things to cheer for, some things to laugh at. I think that the tone was there, and they did a great job of that. And it went old school and gave us what we loved about and what we fell in love with Letterkenny from day one. So I think it was a very well-rounded 16 or 17 minutes or whatever it was for this season 1 kickoff. Yeah,
you're right. I agree with everything you said there. I love how they grounded a lot of this episode to early Letterkenny. Like I'd mentioned it in the synopsis, Wayne referring, like Tyson calling him a king of the cheap shots or sucker punches, sorry. And Wayne saying, yeah, you're one to talk, because that's how we meet Tyson for the first time in the show, is when he sucker punches Wayne. And that was a cliffhanger of season 1. And then the next, for the first episode of season 2, Wayne gets him back by sucker punching him before he can do it again. So there's a callback there. All the callbacks to even the cold open to early Letterkenny, I really think, because they were given, they had a year to write this and think this through, and you can tell. I had notes here. The music selection during the fight was very interesting, very different. Usually they have like the hard rock or surfer rock or something during a fight scene. In this case, they chose kind of a smooth Motown sound, which was just very different. But
the song is called "Stop Dogging Around."
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it worked.
It was. I thought it was fantastic selection.
It worked very well. We finally, again, another one of my notes that you mentioned, Matt. We finally see Dierks' comeuppance. I totally think, if it wasn't originally planned, where we're not showing Dierks getting beat up by a bunch of different, like by 6 or 7 people, because that's not what they're about. Now we're seeing him beat up one-on-one with Wayne. Unfortunately, we don't get to see him get hit. Wayne just kind of, pushes his head down against the ground and or whatever, and that's all you see. But still, you see Dierks' kind of true colors when he's trying to leave the bar during the fight. Kind of showing him being a bit of a weasel there. And yeah, I remember one of the things we talked about in the first episode of season 9 during the balloon animal scene in that episode. We were wondering whether they were trying to delay the fight until the U.S. military got there, or what they were trying to do there. I think here they kind of confirmed, yes, that's what they were doing. They knew the U.S. Army guys were coming, and they were delaying these guys until they were getting there, because that's exactly what he did there. Derry was like, they delaying. He's like, oh, one more thing. And then Wayne comes in with the sucker.
There was
punch.
no hiding it this time.
Yeah,
There's no question asked.
So again, they're kind of like filling in the blanks. They're answering our questions from previous seasons. Like, was that a delay tactic or was that something else? No, that was a delay tactic. They knew those guys were coming and they were just delaying it. Overall, it was a fun episode. Short, but short with a couple of long, the fight montage and the recap. So there was a lot of filler there, but for some reason there was still a lot of story that happened. Is there anything that drives the storyline forward? No, but I think this episode was more to kind of close those old storylines and make room for new ones for sure. Yeah. Victor?
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a couple of things that we haven't touched on yet that potentially are opening up or continuing storylines that I'll get to in a sec.
Yeah.
But I think it was a solid, right after the cold open, I don't have a single complaint. And I don't have a complaint about the cold open. I just didn't think it was.
Yeah, it was just there.
Fair enough. Yeah. But the episode was solid. Like there's just nothing. There's nothing tarnished about it. It's great all the way through. I don't think there's anything unique about the music choices. I think that's something they've been on point on all throughout the series, to be honest. Just song choices for all the different scenes. I think there's been so many great ones, and they're just starting off with a bang with this episode for sure. So love Dierks. I hope that this is not the end for him. We'll see. I disagree that I don't think he got his comeuppance. I don't really see the satisfaction because exactly what you said, Al. I don't know. You don't actually get him to see him get it. Everybody else is getting punched. He never got punched once.
No, you're right.
And if you remember, Wayne has grabbed him by the throat before in the past. So I don't feel like he got physically. He got mentally abused, maybe, by Katy standing over him, and I wasn't sure. Like, is he like looking up her skirt the way he was lying? Like, I was thinking, wait a second.
The same thing.
Can I comment? So I actually had that written down as part of it, but you brought it up. I 100%, and I feel like I'm gonna take some shit for this. I think that was a fully intentional spot.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Dragged him up, head up on the ground, right under her feet. She's wearing this short little leather skirt.
The only thing I didn't like that it's her brother. I didn't like it that it was her, like if it was anybody else doing that.
Yeah, but from Wayne's perspective, he's not thinking that. From a power perspective, it's almost like, and it sounds weird, but it's like a take one last look at what you fucked up.
I know, but the brother can't
and now we're putting it in place. I know it's weird, but I 100% thought the same thing.
If Rosie had done that to him, like especially him, like shooting some shots at Rosie at the beginning, like I feel like it should have been Rosie that grabbed him by the throat and made him look up Katy's dress. That would have been perfect, but that was a little bit weird. So I don't feel that Dierks' storyline is done because I don't feel like that was we didn't see anything. As far as I'm concerned, we didn't see Dierks getting the business here. I didn't see the comeuppance. If anything, he's the only one that got away scot clean. Like everybody else is getting punched and he's getting to look up Katy's dress. I don't know. Anyway, so that's my take on the whole Dierks thing. Tanis, I was a little disappointed we didn't get any resolution to the whole Hickey fiasco. If anything,
well, she was wearing a sweater. She's like wearing
the hoodie on.
Like I don't know what's going on there, but that definitely was.
She probably had a full body hickey that she was trying to conceal.
Well, depending on what kind of a deal they made in the back room. Maybe
oh boy!
Shots fired.
So there's that. I felt very confused. I thought we were going to get a resolution because. How much time had passed between them sitting on the trucks and the actual bar scene? Was it a month?
It was a month later. Yeah.
It's a month.
So at the end of the episode where we see Murray Fred going to the bar, so that's a month later.
Yeah.
Right. And the month before is where we see during the bar scene is where we see Wayne run outside towards Murray Fred.
Yeah.
That was never addressed. So all we're saying is that Murray Fred for the last month has been there, and we don't know doing what, like lurking in the background, or having some affair with Wayne. Like they're implying something, right? They're implying something, but they didn't connect any of the dots for us.
I doubt the affair part, but yeah, there's something there that we don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah,
like you can make up anything you want because they didn't give us anything.
Right.
All they said is she's for the last month. We saw Murray Fred a month ago, and
maybe she's
Murray
living
Fred
in the
again.
parking lot. Like, why is she still there? Like,
well, and do they like why is she kind of following? But the thing is, it's not. Wayne ran out, so they clearly connected, and a month later she's still there. So did he say, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? Go, back into the portal you go," and she didn't, or maybe the portal is broken. I don't know. Or maybe she went into the toilet instead of the toilet. I don't know. Something didn't work.
Maybe they've made peace now. Maybe they're friends. Maybe whatever happened.
Then why is she tailgating?
Tailgating, yeah.
True. Why
was she behind the dumpsters with Tupac Shakur? Because how long were they waiting behind the dumpsters, right?
Well, exactly. I don't know. So there's something. So that's the part about the kind of the cliffhanger story building part of it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest mystery I think that we get out of this episode, and so I'm very curious about that. And then finally, obviously, for me the winning scene of the episode is with the balloon animals. So and we'll talk more about that, but that's my first impression. Solid and lots of great stuff.
Awesome. All right, Danielle.
All right. I also love the music, particularly in the fight scene. When they were doing the recap, the music that they had in the background for that,
yes,
I couldn't handle.
Oh, really?
Right at the end, it was super grating, and it was just like I'd leave the room now. If I'm replaying the episode, it's like I can't handle it.
Right.
But it was just for the recap.
Yeah.
The rest of it was awesome. And I did notice in one of the many watches for the big punches and the big sucker punches, they're damn close to on beat, that must have been a lot of fun to mess with.
Oh yeah. Okay. To
so
shoot
I did take a.
It would be challenging to shoot a scene, especially in slow motion, and try to keep it on beat. So that would mean they'd be playing the music while they're shooting the scene fast time in order to time those punches, if that's the plan, right? Because so then when they slow down the video, it goes in tune with the music. So that's interesting. Yeah,
that would have been a lot of work. Absolutely love Squirrely Dan with his wants currently outweigh needs, Miss Katy.
Yeah,
that was my favorite line through the whole thing. It's like, I get that.
And he's sitting there wearing a red bow tie too while he's saying it. Like, first of all, who wears a bow tie with overalls?
Squirrely Dan.
Then his response when it's, so what's your name? Squirrely Dan.
Yeah,
like, it's
what a
just
stupid
so
name.
Bright and bubbly.
What a stupid name after he just gave his four word name.
So it was a lot of fun. I did notice that Dierks was really enjoying his cousin getting verbally abused the entire time. He's sitting there smirking. It's like, wrap it up, rein it in, but letting it all take place still. Like just letting it run its course. So he's clearly enjoying that. And you really you're right. You don't get a lot of resolution. We don't see him get the shit beaten out of him. But you learn a lot about his character. With the whole weaseling out by the window. He's not even going to try and defend himself. He's just going to look scared and weaselly. So I found that very interesting.
Is that new information?
No.
Well, we haven't seen him react in a fight situation, right? So
We've only showed him standing on the porch the one time.
Yeah, deer in the headlights. Like, I'm about to get the shit kicked out of me. But for sure. Any other points?
Yahtzee was great. And both times it was perfect. I was concerned. I think I said it to you, Al, when you messaged me, when I saw it was King of Suckers. I'm like, oh, so help me God, if he's a sucker and goes back for Marie Fred, I'm done.
Oh.
And I thought he was
right?
going to be a sucker for her. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
good. It's sucker punches. I can handle that.
I'm sorry. After seeing Rosie in the new SKO Dude uniform, there's no way he's going back to Marie Fred. If he is, and may I add, Katy has big time Daisy Duke vibes in that scene. Not Jessica Simpson Daisy Duke, the original. I forget the actress's name from the original Dukes of Hazzard, but man, she looks
I just love Katy more and more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just like the camera shot of the legs going up.
No, but I love her. I mean, so yes, I do.
Yes.
But I love the
That too.
attitude she's been bringing the last couple seasons.
Yes.
So
Dude, weren't you the one that was like, "Oh, that's her walk"? The way she moves her hips, you like
were right.
We were
watch
right.
her.
I gotta say, this episode here confirmed a bunch of my theories, and that was one of them. Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
The theory that Rosie and Katy were the new SKO Dude girls, but also that arm holding Dierks by the neck was Wayne, and there's a few others that were confirmed in this episode. But from our watches and rewatches of that trailer.
Yeah, and it was 100% Katy's walk. And I mean, there's weird things. I mean, as a guy, listen, to be completely clear, yes, there's a natural attraction to the opposite sex or whoever you're attracted to. It doesn't matter. There's a natural attraction. But beyond that, there are other things that everyone is attracted to that people don't always focus on. And it's simple thing. And one of the biggest things is personality, attitude. And obviously I'll give you a good example. Not like anyone knows anybody, but there was a girl I went to high school with. Looking at her, she's a beautiful girl. She would be defined as sexy, but her personality to me, I was like, I would never go near you. You are an ugly person. And that immediately takes away the looks. Like I can see it, but I'm like, I don't anymore because of the personality you put behind all that. There's nothing attractive anymore. It's all out the window. So there is a lot more to attractiveness than just how someone looks. And Katy, and like I said, that rap I thought was fantastic. There's this attitude about her. Yeah, I mean, it's so powerful. But that's all my points. There's a lot more to it, and I just want to say that.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's move on to ratings then. Tanya, what would you give this episode? A fresh, clearance, or compost? It's been a while since we've had to rate an episode, so.
It has. You know what? There wasn't anything that really upset me or offended me. The show was good. It had some great kind of laugh out loud moments. It's a fresh for sure.
All right. Fresh. Matt?
Yeah, it's an easy fresh. We haven't said anything bad here tonight. Even though the cold open that we're not crazy about, we didn't dislike. It was solid. It was throwback. It was fun. It gave us closure on some great things. I'm interested to see where it goes from here because I have not watched. It's been good.
Good boy. Attaboy.
Yeah, there's one other. Yeah. I was seriously tempted after watching this and how much I enjoyed it. I was ready to hit play on the next one. I'm like, no, gotta stop. There's one other thing that and it's not a throwaway moment, but it made me laugh so hard in this episode. It was Riley and Jonesy, and that right before that opening, that fight scene when they realize they've lost Casey and Cassie.
Yeah.
And they're like, and they run away and like almost like frolic. Casey at the same time and going to that. I was in tears. I'm like, that was so great how they did that. Just almost arms up like little T-Rexes, little running away, looking for them. It was. Yeah, there were so many good moments in this episode. So yeah, it's an easy fresh.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a fresh. It's not a spectacular fresh, but it's a fresh. There's nothing wrong with this episode at all. The cold open was just regular, but it was definitely a callback to kind of old school Letterkenny in every manner, but with some added touches that made it, new, like made it fresh in terms of stuff that we hadn't seen before, just kind of the way they presented some scenes. I'm not sure. Well, I guess the St. Paddy's Day episode, we had that kind of flashback thing where we're in present day and we're talking back to a fight that happened. But other than that, that's the only time they've ever done something like that before. And it was a small thing, but there was also a point where they did the fight montage, but they cut away from the fight montage for a bit of a scene back at the parking lot, and then came back to the fight montage, which was something different that they'd never done before.
They're breaking things up a little differently.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of different touches in the editing and stuff like that, and obviously in the shot, like now that you've seen the Billy Buttrey interview, and you know what they're like, his love of symmetry, that hot tub scene is almost perfectly symmetrical, right? Like they're shooting him from directly behind him, obviously, because they had to hide his face, and he's got Cassie and Tassie on either side. Almost a perfectly symmetrical scene, and there's a bunch of that. So it's just interesting having spoken to Billy and now seeing these things in action. It's pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see if there are any new shots that they'll reuse over and over again like they've done in the past. But yes, this is a fresh for sure. Victor?
Well,
Yay!
There's the unicorn. I'm not even gonna let you finish.
Say it first, and then we can get it.
Oh, you totally. That's a pre-ejaculation on that.
It was.
That is premature.
Yeah, it's like saying yes before I ask you to marry me.
Sorry, you changed the background. I got excited.
I showed you the ring, but I didn't actually ask the word.
You showed your cards, Victor.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's an easy fresh. The thing is, they didn't give themselves a lot of time to screw up, because if you take away the cold open and you take away the recap, I think we're down to 14 minutes?
Yeah. It was a tight episode for sure.
This might be the shortest episode ever in terms of actual story, actual scenes. And I would bet Matt's lunch on that one. But I don't know. I mean, we already kind of said it all. I think that I hope that we get to see more Dierks. I'm not really interested in seeing more Murray Fred, or whatever her name is. But I guess we will, especially because that's the biggest cliffhanger of the episode. What the heck is going on? Is she stalking them? Is she going to go postal on everybody? What's going to happen? Or is she there to again just warn somebody that somebody's cheating on somebody? I don't know.
Dierks is coming through the portal.
Yeah.
Is she there to tell them that Dierks runs away from fights? So I don't know. It was a good fresh episode. It wasn't the best one ever, but one thing I'll say is that I'm quickly becoming a fan of the talking scenes, the prior to fighting talking scenes, the preludes, I guess if you want to call them. Because to me, right after at Dick's slip out scenes, this is becoming my number two. I'm really enjoying those.
The back and forth joust. I think I call it the Looney Tunes kind of thing, or the duck season, rabbit season, but it's
that's exactly exactly.
Yeah.
It just works so well.
It does, especially with that actor. He's he does it really well.
He does, yeah.
So Danielle, I mean, we have a unicorn. The pressure's off, but what's your rating?
Absolutely fresh.
Yes.
It was amazing to see everybody. It had everyone but Glenn and McMurray's. And the only thing I really wanted to see was a bit more of the Fricks.
Oh,
no.
Bless you.
Stop it.
Danielle, I love you. You're my favorite.
All right, now you're getting
and you got the blue spatula. So you either did that for me or you did that so you could see the blue spatula. Either way, I don't care. You're my favorite.
It's still a win. Yeah, definitely a fresh though.
Yes.
And it was nice to see everybody together.
Yeah.
Which is
we didn't mention this, but Anik kind of switching sides really quickly there.
Yes.
Like she went from dating Dierks to not dating him very quickly. What do we think of that?
It was a smart move.
It was, for sure.
Much showed his hands going, well, I'm a dick.
But I mean, she had to think, she had to know what kind of guy he was beforehand, right? I mean, she knew that.
But that was like a blatant slap. Like he said to her, I'm not going to. And then he did. And then he's like, well, what do you expect? Is like, meh, bye-bye.
Well, I mean, all that to say, like back to my point about giving us redemption, it was just a gimmick to get him into the scene. And then they got to say goodbye really quickly. They preserved Anik. We kicked the shit out of
Right, because the Nick seems to stick around, at least according to the trailer. She's in at least another episode, if not more.
Yeah.
So it's not. She's not there just to bring
assumptions here. Who says they're broken up? Who says that they're not gonna be together?
Well, she stood there and watched him get pummeled. So okay, I mean, maybe
are we still doing? Oh, we are.
Yeah, we
see
will.
the future.
See the future
Because I'm totally got what's going on.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering now. So if she's not with Dierks now, and then this might apply to see the future, but does that mean maybe Derry might be back in the picture? We'll see.
No.
Okay.
No, Derry is still infatuated with Bambi or
Bonnie.
Bonnie
McMurray.
Remember, my Bonnie lies over the ocean.
Yeah. Well,
Matt sang about it.
I
How could we
nailed that,
forget?
by the way.
You know, that would be a tough choice. Bonnie or a Nick. That'd be a tough one.
That's an easy choice.
Bonnie.
Go with
Bonnie.
Well, but Bonnie's still young. I mean,
I'm with a Nick.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Nick's
Bonnie's
Gotta let the
hometown.
paint dry.
Yeah. I don't know. That, you know what? I think that's a Tanya poll.
Yeah,
Even though-
Bonnie's hometown, though.
Definitely.
I don't know. Like I'm giving 2 votes to Bonnie.
Two.
He's
I'm
using
opening
his
up another account.
He's using his Twitter account and his burner Twitter account, which is the Shorzy account, probably.
That's right. I'm using my train conductor account and my pilot account.
All right, top 5s. Tanya, does this make your top 5 list?
That's a hard question. No, I don't think it does. Like, it was good, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Knocked something off.
Okay.
No.
Matt?
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I mean, it was a great episode. I think my top 5 solid, so I know it stays where it
Same here. My top 5 doesn't get touched by this one. This is a good episode, not a great episode. Victor?
Yeah, no. If we were ranking scenes, we'd be talking about something, but as an episode, no.
Yeah. What scene? The balloon animal scene, the pre-fight scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that scene. Yeah.
Okay. Danielle, do you have a top 5 prepared for us?
I do have a top 5.
Ooh,
Yep.
all right. We love it when you're prepared.
Go, girl. You go.
Should I start at 5 or at 1?
Yeah, start at 5.
Okay. My 5 is Lays Hicks.
Okay.
Which should be Fritz.
Respect the show, Danielle. Respect
Matt
the show.
is just shaking his head.
Awesome.
Number 4, I've got Dick Slip Out.
Okay, so far you're playing to Matt with the 6 and to Victor with Dix.
Victor put up the blue spatula on the last one there.
Well, yeah, I understand. Number 3, Holy Sheets.
Holy Sheets. So you like the Dix episodes for sure.
Oh my God, I died. A lot of dick.
You and Joshua love your dick. Dix. Number 2.
Number 2 would be American Buck and Doe.
Really?
And that's purely for the back and forth.
Oh, okay.
I lose my shit when they're sitting in the diner and he's like, "Hey, can I have some more gravy?" Like that's
Right.
I'm done.
Okay.
Just done.
All right.
Super
And
awesome.
my top of all time is Hard Right J, because if I can see a hard right winger get the shit beaten out of him by Tanis, I'm there for that.
All right.
For sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay. Respect. Yes.
Oh
I
my
love
God,
it.
yeah.
I don't know how many people with Hard Right as their number 1. I mean, I know a lot of people who love Hard Right, that episode, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Nice. All right.
Oh, A Bad Day? I put that on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It
I've
puts
had a
you in
bad day.
Well, and it's funny because you mentioned the music they play in the recap of this episode is grating on you. The music they play when Hard Right shows up in Letterkenny, Victor had the same reaction. He hated that music.
But it's supposed to be because he's such an ass.
Yeah.
So it fits.
Perfect. All right. MVP. Oh, I didn't give you a warning, hon. I hope you have your MVP.
Oh my, I'm ready.
Okay, good.
I'm ready.
Well, you've never been ready.
Oh, come on. It's season 10.
It's a new Tanya.
It's a new year.
In the DM group, we have a request.
Oh.
We have a request for a game in the DM group.
Oh.
If Victor can give us 3 options for what his MVP is,
I already know what
And
his
then we
MVP
choose
is.
from that.
I think I already know it.
And
for
then we
this one.
choose from that. It
As
sounds
opposed
like
to
you're trying to bring
blindly
back the game. It sounds which
Maybe a little.
I'm going to have a
But
little bit of
rules.
an eye twitch on that
Well,
request.
With 3 options.
Yeah. I had to rein back my MVPs ever since the fun brigade decided to.
The fun brigade. Dude, you picked the fish.
Okay. All right.
Make up the rules as you go along.
We'll table that request for a future episode,
Okay.
maybe. For now, Tanya, who is your MVP?
All right. Squirrely Dan. I love him so much. It's not him.
Oh, you're giving it. Okay.
But I love him so much. I gotta say, super big, huge shout out for Squirrely Dan because he had so many great lines that I love. And you know what? I've given it to Squirrely Dan so many times, and I'd give it to him again and again.
Easy
and
there.
Again.
We're not doing fuck fight Ferda here.
Who I'm going to put as my MVP, and I wish he came to the light side instead of the dark side, is Van Hoosen.
Oh, Elmo, Adrianus.
Oh my God. Like the balloon animal, whatever his full name is. I wish he was on our side because I find him super entertaining. I thought his lines were great. I thought he played back and forth really great. I loved the side looks. I loved every little bit about those scenes. And totally, he gets the MVP.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt?
So, wow. So enough of these syrup-eating games as introduced by Mr. Elmo, the juice head. He's mine as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I have it written down. I wrote syrup-eating games Elmo because that guy just destroys that role. And I could listen to him banter like that all day. It feels like one of those scenes that almost be like monotonous on repeat, but I laugh harder as it gets deeper in and he goes in circles. And I think his delivery of it is like, I bring him back. Like I hope to God they bring him back more because he is so good.
Yeah.
So I'm the same. I'm 100% on with Tanya.
Okay. Well, this is funny because we'll see. But first of all, I wrote this down when we first started the episode, the recording. Elmo, Adrianus, Reinsberg, Van Couverden. I said the same thing. He's the best. Like,
I wondered if you did because you actually took the time to write down the full name.
Yeah, well, I wrote.
I just did this.
He was hilarious, and the thing, like, he was probably Buck and Doe, American Buck and Doe. Yeah, he was great in that, but for some reason, even better in this one. I don't know why.
So good.
So, and maybe because more of the way the Derry, Squirrely Dan, Gail, and Rosie
Gail,
bounced off of his reactions to all that. Like, you sure? It's not happening right now. Like, it's just the way it was, and he was just so frustrated, and his face was getting redder, and he was really well done.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was
It
well
almost
played.
feels like I'd be curious to know if that was actually scripted to a T, or if they had if like Squirrely Dan and Derry had a few lines, and then he just played off them because it kept getting like a lot of it was sort of repetitive, but his responses were just well.
After watching this episode, I looked up the actor
Gavin Fox.
To see what else he's been in, and he hasn't been in a whole lot. Like in terms of acting credits, he's been in a lot of crews, like back behind the scenes. But in terms of acting, not a whole lot. His father's an actor.
Have been pretty.
Yeah,
big,
he's been in
like
some
big name shows.
Yeah, so maybe he's a face that we need to keep an eye on because, well, first of all, he's also built like so. If he's a half decent actor,
oh my God,
you got to think he's going to end up on a fucking Marvel movie or something because just
huge,
right?
The new Peacemaker series.
Yeah, so I guess he's a face to look out for. Victor, who's your MVP?
Well, I mean, my runner-up.
Pause game. Are we doing the game?
We're not.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. No.
We appreciate Danielle's energy, but we're not humoring this nonsense.
Fair.
But not to completely disappoint. My runner-up definitely goes to the U suits. that Rosie and
Yes.
Katy were wearing.
Oh, man,
because that was
Attaboy.
stunning.
Mhm.
That was stunning. But yeah, no, easily for me, the MVP goes to Elmo Adriana's.
Right? Unbelievable.
Oh, that gets like a unicorn of a special kind.
I think we got to do this
don't even know what
again.
that is.
We've never had this.
Yeah.
That's never ever happened.
Wait.
I want to reach out to the actor now and see if he'll come on. Like,
Bring him on. I hope he's in the Shorzy show.
You need to stick some Wondrous in there. You need
I
to
want
stick,
me some more Elmo. That guy is just brilliant. Like his physical acting, his delivery.
Yeah.
I love his accent when he when he delivers when he comes through on his own name, but also introduces his cousins.
Yeah.
Or whoever there. I thought it was just brilliant. His whole he's the one that made that scene. Yes, Dan Squirrely with the lines and with the fillers, but he's the one that brought it. He's the one that hit the home run.
Double
there.
unicorn guy.
Like,
I know.
No, we really truly need to pause right now and take a moment of silence and just realize that Victor of all people, Victor has also agreed with all of
He
us.
chose a human being,
This
although
is
maybe he
huge,
thought he was
people.
choosing a balloon animal. Who knows?
This is huge. This is
whatever
freaking
whatever
huge.
reason, and we got there, guys.
Yeah, we got there. That's great.
Oh, that's
All right.
so rewarding into itself. I kind of feel like I've released.
Oh man.
That's huge.
Do you need to clean yourself up or something? Do you have to go?
Hold yourself down.
Hold yourself down. Yeah.
That is huge.
Oh man.
Huge.
All right. Danielle.
I am so sorry. I can't lie. I gave it to Squirrely Dan.
No, it's all right. Yeah, it's okay.
That's okay. The Tanya started with Squirrely. So
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it was absolutely the wants currently outweighs the needs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Katy. That did it for me.
I also love when they were making fun of Joint Boy and his math prowess, and Squirrely Dan had a great
Yes.
line in there too. I forget
Oh
what it
my
was. He
God.
completely butchered the pronunciation of it, but it was
Yes,
it was
he
so
did.
good. Yeah.
The fuck was it?
Reciprocity. Something about
Yeah.
reciprocity.
Yes. Yeah.
It was very well done.
My God.
All right. This excellent. Great start to this season. Let's see the future. So Danielle, I'm going to ask you to sit this one out because, or unless you've already watched.
Oh, I've watched ahead. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to sit this one out. Tanya, you said you were excited to share a theory. Go ahead.
I have a theory.
Okay.
All right, I'm excited. It came to me as Matt was talking, and I'm like, oh, that's what's happening.
I often think about different things while Matt's talking.
No,
too,
no.
yeah, so-
I
no?
think
As
constantly.
most do. It's okay.
So I think Marie Fred is the owner of Bro Dude, and she's like the hierarchy. I think she's there
Big
because
boss kind of deal.
she's the big boss, and she's there because the
Weird.
Bro Dude is there. Yeah, no, because Bro Dude is there, and that whole so that's the reason why she was there when the first initial thing went down.
Okay.
And now that's why she's there, because they're launching the SKO Dude, and she needs to be there because she's part of the Bro Dude. So I think she's somehow, some way part of the hierarchy of that chain.
Maybe she's just like a Nick's manager, like because Nick's the spokesmodel, right? Maybe she manages
because they're
Nick.
friends,
Yeah,
and
maybe.
she's like, man, yeah, she's something to do with the SKO Dude, Bro Dude, NDN energy.
All right.
Yep.
That's interesting. Matt, do you have any?
I'm getting more terrible at this part of the show because I keep forgetting to think about this. I honestly, I hear where you're going, but I'm going to go with a hard no on your theory. I would feel like, and the only reason if she was really that involved, she would be more of her. She'd be.
Why is she there then, dude? Why is she there? Tell me.
She came. I think she's trying to get Wayne back. I think is the simplest and most obvious answer.
She came back twice just to get Wayne. Like, isn't the first no like rejecting enough? She's there again. No,
I don't say I have a good. I said I didn't give it a lot of thoughts as I keep forgetting about this segment. It's kind of like you and MVP. Well, I'm trying to think on my feet here, and nothing's really coming to mind.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. I'm really confused about the Mary Fred thing. I don't like it. I want her gone. Is that bad to say? I want her just to leave and the character to leave.
Yeah.
Here's another theory. I'll help you out. Is that she's dating somebody in Letterkenny and she wanted Wayne to hear it first
or something.
She wanted Wayne to hear from her first.
Well, but Nick already kind of did that with Dierks.
Well, and she met Wayne outside, because she didn't want to go onto his turf before she told him. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's dating somebody else.
Who?
Or maybe we go back to no, that wouldn't work because we said the pregnant theory, but that's way out the window at this point.
No, they wouldn't go there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she's there, but I don't think it's to get Wayne back because I think she had a crack at that when Rosie kind of walked behind Wayne. That was a perfect scene. I can't see that, and I can't see at the end of last season Wayne giving her any sort of hope that that's a possibility, especially seeing Rosie in that outfit. Fuck, forget it. So, but why is she there? Why is she there? I mean, I buy it that she could be there for whatever reason, having something to do with Bro Dude or SKO Dude, because it's kind of a coincidental that she was there when they were there, and then the next time she comes back is when they're there again. So, like a month later, who knows? Like, there's no indication that she's been in Letterkenny for the entire month, just that she's been there those 2 times. So. Yeah, I can't think of anything in terms of that.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I mean, for this season, let's see where everything goes. Let's see some more Gaylor and some Dick Skin.
Yeah.
And I know I need some more Glenn. I don't even care how or what or when. I just
Glenn.
I feel like we might see a bit of a decline maybe in Riley and Jonesy's characters. I think they're going to go into kind of a slow slip into insanity or something, from losing this ship to dealing with Shorzy, who's just becoming more and more unhinged, to now like they're gonna try to win a ship in beer league. I feel like that something there is gonna happen with those two, because we did see in the trailer them putting their fists through walls. So something feels like they're gonna have a bit of a whatever this season.
Hit rock bottom.
Yeah, maybe hit a rock bottom.
And maybe
something.
that's all has to do with, the big reveal that's going to happen at some point around Shorzy.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
possibly.
I assume that whole story is interconnected to runs him out of town at some point. So I'm obviously.
Maybe that's why his hair changes too, because they can't keep up with the other wig.
The hair.
Dude, I'm telling you, the hair changed.
Another thing that I was right about was Two-Cock Shakur was hired by Bro Dude or by SKO Dude anyway to play their launch. So anyway, I'm so tired of being right. It's tiring. Victor,
breaking.
Victor, you have anything? Blue spatula.
Yes, I have my thoughts about you being pleased with yourself, but
but not about him pleasing himself.
No. So I think that Murray Fred is there because she wants to. And I think she's been there for last month. Right, because I think now she's dating Dierks. So, and which means Dierks is still around. He's still there.
So that's your hope. That's how you keep Dierks around. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
That or she hooked up with Elmo and maybe they're together now. I don't know. And that will bring Elmo back. I want more Elmo. Elmo and Glenn in the scene together. That would be fun.
My.
But I have no idea what the future holds. We'll see. I'm hoping to start to get a little bit of story that will lead us towards the Shorzy show. So to get a little build up there. The other guy that wasn't in this episode was Coach.
Right.
So so I'm hoping that he makes his appearance in the next episode.
Maybe Murray Fred's dating Coach.
Maybe Murray Fred is dating Coach, though I don't know if Barb would allow it. But, we'll see.
Barb's dead, but Murray Fred, she needs
allegedly.
Maybe she goes to Wayne because she needs to borrow some money for her cleaning budget because she'll need more supplies to get clean.
The other thing about Barb is that Barb could be Coach, right? So Coach and Barb. So and I'm getting this because I've been watching Mr. Robot, and one of the villains in the show.
Okay.
He plays the role of a man and a woman at the same time.
So, interesting.
You got a schizo theory.
Yeah.
Coach is married to himself.
So Coach could be Barb.
Okay. Okay.
There you go.
I don't think that's the same show.
We'll put a pin in that prediction and see how that one pans out.
No one would have seen that.
All right. I'm going to move on to some listener comments. We got an Apple podcast review from our buddy Michael Bonelli. I think it's Michael. It's New Jersey Sox fan was his username. So I think that's Mike. He says here, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. 5 stars. It's true. There are other podcasts about the great Canadian show Letterkenny, but this one has 4 good buddies shooting the breeze and breaking down the episodes. What's great about the TPS pod? Al, Tanya, Matt, and Victor have a straightforward and honest approach to the episodes. They don't get preachy, and it's all done in good humor. The gang always finds some new perspective or detail I missed the first viewing. So if you want some good, honest, friendly commentary, give the Produce Stand pod a try. Thank you so much, Michael. Well written, and yes, amazing. Thank you so much for that. We also got some comments, got emails. Like, never get emails.
We have an email address?
Yes, we do.
I want to send an email. What's that email address?
Yeah. How do we reach you?
Fricks at TPS.com.
So this will be interesting because it involves one of your favorite episodes, Matt and Danielle. Do y'all notice that there are 4 snowmobiles by the French Hicks when the Letterkenny Hicks arrive, but a Nick is not there? And then another sled pulls up and a Nick arrives. However, when they leave, there are still 4 sleds and a Nick is driving the one pulling the sled with their gear on it. Makes me wonder if it's intentional to see if people pick up on it or just a matter of how they filmed and not thinking that the viewers would be paying that close attention. I definitely was not. Also, I cannot believe that
this sounds like a math problem.
Yeah, so
this is like the open pod in the Snyder Cut episode in a Superman ship.
Yeah.
But anyway, for those that you don't know what I'm talking
No, I don't.
Anyway.
Also, I cannot believe that Puck Bunny isn't in y'all's top 5. The dialogue with McMurray and the guys about how to lure the D-gens is painful and amazing. And when Katy box kicked Angie, I spotted. Totally didn't see that coming. And that's from Zach. And he's actually our newest addition to the Twitter DM group. So welcome, Zach. You're going to regret asking to be added, but thank you so much for the email. He goes on to say, it's funny listening to the show from early on and hearing how Tanya essentially hated the show to now coming to like it a lot. And I totally love the senior hockey guys. Bartz and Yorkie are okay, but the rest of the guys are fantastic. I agree. Boomtown's awesome, but Fisky is my favorite. We have an 9-hour travel day tomorrow, so I'll be catching up some more. I'm really kicking myself for not starting to listen when I first found your show. I'll probably send in some more thoughts as I advance through more shows. I did listen to Kate Trevor interview today. That was really good. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Zach. Thank you so much, Zach. That's
thanks,
amazing.
Bud.
Yeah. And welcome to the group.
And Al taught me a new word this week, and the description of the word.
What?
Homestead. What was it called now? Where
clearly you didn't do a good job.
I know, right?
No one said I was
captor.
I think I thought I knew.
Oh no. Jesus.
See, it's that good of a word.
Well, somebody's already said it. Tanya likes the show because she's Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm. That's it. I something about the home. Like there's a home in it.
That's a phrase.
Stockholm.
That's more than
I think
a word.
Steven made that reference.
Yeah.
Steven on the egg hall there.
Yeah, it's been made a couple of times and probably. Yeah.
I always say just blink twice if you're being held against your will.
Oh my.
Some news. We are on the podcast charts in the Ukraine.
What?
Ooh.
Not only are we on the charts, but we got as high as number 6 on the Ukrainian aftershow chart. And that's not bad.
That's awesome.
Yes. So
how do you say thanks in Ukraine?
I don't know.
Come on, Victor. I'm sure you live there.
What?
The closest to Victor's lingo.
Yeah, I mean, Russian and Ukrainian are close enough, so let's go with spasiba.
Spasiba? Yeah, well, spasiba and thank you and
That's awesome.
and pierogies to you all. Like that's all.
Pierogies to you all.
I appreciate.
And then we go to number off the charts.
Yeah, I just insulted an entire country.
God.
I apologize. I grew up with a lot of Ukraine. There's a lot of Ukrainians where I live. So
Actually, the Ukrainian hall. Yeah.
I used to go to the Ukrainian hall.
my God.
My stepmom is Ukrainian and she makes a mean pierogi,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
she doesn't use those
Isn't that more
frozen
of a
ones
Polish?
that you buy.
No, my buddy's mom, she
That
made
was
them
a
fresh from
big
scratch.
thing.
They were amazing. I love them.
Oh my God. The pierogi sale at the Ukraine Hall. Oh,
yeah.
my God. That was the best. Oh, yeah.
So for sure. Cheers. And what is it again? Thank you. What's the thank you?
Spasiba.
Spasiba?
My gosh.
One other piece that I just found out yesterday. So there's this web series. It's not new. It's in its second season. It's called Ghost BFF. And it stars Vanessa Matsui. So she's the actress who plays the bro dude rep on Letterkenny, and Teo Horn. So the two of them are in it. It's a web series. It's very it's 10 episodes, and they're each around on average 5 minutes in length. So not a huge commitment to watch, but an interesting story. So basically, two best friends. One of them commits suicide, but comes back to haunt the other friend. It's a bit of a dark comedy. It's an interesting show if you want to see more of Teo Horn and this bro dude rep. She's actually a great actress, and some other Canadian, recognizable Canadian faces in this series. So check it out, Ghost BFF. I think I posted it on Twitter yesterday. And if you haven't checked it out yet, it's worth it's a good quality web series. So I'm actually surprised it wasn't just a full blown TV series. Maybe one day it will be, but pretty cool concept and very well done. And that's all I've got really. So I guess it's time for kind of final thoughts and comments. And Tanya, we'll start with you.
I'm looking forward to watching the next episode. I really want to get to the whole prostate thing. I'm very eager and excited.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't wait to see more.
How many? Danielle's counting the knuckles on her. How many knuckles are you?
I've heard all good things. All good things. All good.
One finger, better make it two.
All right.
Three knuckles worth.
Matt, any parting comments?
Danielle, such a pleasure. I'm so glad. I'm sorry I missed you at the Ag Hall, but was very happy to see that you came out tonight, and so much fun. I mean, I love this community, and I continue to love it more and more. And I'm excited. As much as we'll miss those who joined us in all the previous ones, I'm so excited to meet all the new faces that are going to join us this season and continue to grow this epic and awesome community. So, thanks for coming out. It was so much fun. The kickoff of season 10 didn't disappoint. And I think it was a bit of a reset for them, in my opinion. And they did well. And I hope the rest of the season continues, and some of the feedback I've caught, without any spoilers, seems to reflect that opinion. So I'm even more excited.
Yes,
bring it on.
For sure. Danielle, I never said thank you. Oh my God, it was so nice.
You don't get to go back.
I can go back, C's.
The damage is done, Tanya.
So good luck. Good luck in your move. Good luck in your move, and thank you so much for coming out tonight. For sure.
All right. I mean, same Z's. I echo what everything Matt and Tanya almost said. It was great to have you, Danielle, and the anticipation in the DM group for your first appearance was so great. So I'm looking forward to the after party, because I feel like some people are going to join, and I'll be giddy and asking you all sorts of questions, and let them know that we were gentle on you. We didn't.
Okay.
There was very little
two blue spatulas.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you did get a couple of blue spatulas.
And,
You're right.
and she gave you a frick.
Yeah. And she gave me a freak. Yeah. So you're already, tops in my book, for sure. Just want to remind people that, I'm really excited about this season, but also season 11, because remember, they were written and shot at the same time. So if this ends up being a good quality season, chances are 11 will be as well. So, I mean, I can't wait. And then Shorzy's coming up, and then we have some great plans for between this and Shorzy that I can't wait to work on and talk about. And I need more ideas, because I feel like we're going to have a few weeks that we're going to need to make shit up in order to bridge us between the end of season 10 and Shorzy. So, but I'm looking forward to it. And thank you again. Looking forward to all the new first timers that are going to join us. It's a lot of fun, and looking forward to the Ag Halt so that we can join, combine the first timers with the old vets. Matt, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I use the button because it's
yes,
fun.
I see that.
I forgot to mention one really quick thing as we sign off here. Tomorrow night, I am joining the Greendale Human podcast.
That's tomorrow. Awesome.
Nice.
So that's tomorrow. So we are reviewing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which I've learned is an episode that has been removed from Netflix in many places due to one very questionable scene. I've watched it. It's a pretty hilarious episode, so I'm looking forward to talking with the boys down under about it. But I'll be joining them tomorrow night. So just
interesting. I haven't seen that one since it originally aired. So and it's not on Netflix, like you said. So I'm gonna have to hunt it down by other means so that I can watch it.
Jack had to share his Google Drive with me because I don't remember how to download things anymore.
Right.
So he shared it with me, and I was able to watch it. I'm gonna give another watch tomorrow before we do it, but. I know the scene that they're talking about.
I'm intrigued.
Which show are you talking?
Community.
Oh, sorry, Community. Yeah,
it has to do with it has to do with one of the characters in blackface, right?
Yeah, blackface. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
well, they kind of just did that, didn't they?
With
when we watched the episode, and
he wasn't in blackface. He was just dressed like the dean.
Oh no, this is
a white guy dressed like another white guy. That's allowed. It's yeah. No, I hear you.
To say, I'm joining them tomorrow. For
that'll be fun.
Yeah, but that one, so that'll be fun. Check us out.
Yeah, keep an ear open for that. Victor.
Yeah, Danielle, awesome, incredible, fantastic, stupendous to have you on. I hope that all the hype that you received wasn't a letdown for you, and congrats on the house. So that that's
Thank
fantastic, awesome milestone as well. So. Really looking forward to this season. This is a great start. Love the fact that they taped both seasons. That means the quality is going to be sustained. I'm hoping we're going to get more Vancouver than in both seasons because that was just brilliant. So just good thoughts.
Great. And Danielle.
Oh, this was an absolute blast. So this experience was great, and everything that's happened with the community and listening to you from episode 1. And then it was kind of funny because my Spotify decided to go back to episode 1 not long ago. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Really? Oh no. It's so bad. Bless you for sitting through that.
The sound quality itself.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't notice at the beginning, but going back, it was noticeable.
Well,
I don't think I changed my mic until season 2. So
no, and we're still trying to convince Victor to use a better mic, but he,
which we've learned he has one.
Yeah, we learned he's got a better mic.
I like the freedom. I like the freedom of Bluetooth.
There you go. He has spoken.
Yeah,
you can't argue with me.
No, you're right. You're right there.
We tried. It failed.
Awesome. Well, I hope
there's one thing I have learned. You also can't argue with Victor.
All right. Well, stick around for the after show because I'm sure some of the DM groupers will be joining us. Now we're going to play us off here. I mean, we all mentioned this song during our review, and it's a great song, so I got to play it. It's "Dogging Around" by Jackie Wilson. Stop, yeah! Originally, for Tanya's ad read, I was going to put this as the background music, and it was so perfect. But then I got a little spooked about, whether Jackie Wilson would be like, "Hey, you're using my music for an ad. We want some money out of that." So I ended up using some royalty-free stuff instead.
Can't take it much longer.
All right.
My heart's getting weak. It's not getting.
I need to listen to more Motown.
Oh, I know, right? And this stuff here is just this is the real shit. 1960.
Oh, it's amazing.
All right, I got to read some stuff here. And that's all we have for this episode. Next week, we recap and review episode 2 of season 10, Dealership, with our buddy Raymond, first timer, who will make his produce stand debut. Don't forget to give our sponsor Diabolical Coffee some love. They're at diabolicalcoffee.com. Right now you can use the promo code produce stand for 10% off any purchase from their site. If you'd like to support the podcast, rate us on iTunes or become a patron, there is a Patreon link on our site or Twitter profile at Produce Stand Pod. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Produce Stand Pod. Thank you for joining us. Now we're going to attend the launch of the new SKO DUDE energy drink. On behalf of Danielle, Victor, Matt, Tanya, and myself, thank you for listening and have a great week.
Sometimes you don't you don't make it home at all. I don't mind you having yourself a real good time.